Have you ever wanted to ask the most famous YouTuber of all time, Mr. Unsubscribe, some questions? Well, you can't, because questions have already been asked, and this video is about answering those questions. But if you want to, comment down in the comments your questions for me. I have some comments already. Questions, that's what I said, questions. I have some questions for me, very serious questions, directed towards Mr. Unsubscribe, alright? First question, Sicko mode or Mobamba? Alright, I've given a lot of thought to this one. Originally, I was like, I'm not answering this is stupid. Then I realized I had never actually listened to the full version of Sicko mode or Mobamba. So, I figured I'd go listen to them. I struggled through both of the songs. In my honest opinion, they are not amazing, either of them, but I've come to the conclusion that Sicko Mode is the superior song. The reason I say this is because Mobamba is literally just curse words. That's like the whole song. I will say the beat to Mobamba is stronger than the beat to Sicko Mode because Sicko Mode is really boring, but at least it doesn't curse the entire time. Alright, that's Sicko Mode or Mobamba. First question. Second question. Why is your channel name called Mr. Unsubscribe? Do you have something against subscribing to people? This is a good question. I don't think I've ever talked about this. No, I don't have things against subscribing to people. The reason I call my channel Mr. Unsubscribe is because I feel like all the time when I'm watching YouTube videos, people are like, subscribe to me, subscribe to me, subscribe to me. They're like hounding you. Please subscribe. And I'm like, hey, bro, subscribe to me if you want. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, all right? Because I feel like subscribing is like the biggest thing you can do. It's like I am in love with this person's content. Like I watch all of it. So I feel like I would only subscribe to someone if I'm going to watch every single video they're going to post, because I look at my subscriptions feed every single day and I don't want to see a video in there that I don't want to watch. So I only subscribe to people that I'm going to watch every single one of their videos. That being said, you might be curious, who am I subscribed to? I'll let you know. These are all the people that I am subscribed to. Not on Mr. Unsubscribe. Obviously, that would be weird if I had subscriptions on my channel, Mr. Unsubscribe. But on a separate YouTube account that I watch videos on, these are the people that I'm subscribed to. GT Live, PewDiePie, the Film Theorists, the Food Theorists, the Game Theorists, Video Game Donkey, Emp Lemon, Jazzit J, John Tron Show, Mr. Unsubscribe, of course. I've heard he's a pretty good YouTuber. And Terminal Montage. Those are the people that I watch every single one of their videos that come out. That being said, there are a lot of other YouTubers that are great and I watch all the time. Like Dawko, this guy named Draco Wolf, the new rock stars, Hungry Box, Fatality Falcon, Call Me Carson, Jay Schlatt, all these kind of guys. They're great, super funny. Bird, Senior Palo, the list goes on and on and on. I don't need to go over every single person. That's a long answer to the question why my channel is called Mr. Unsubscribe. Next question. What is your greatest fear? I guess I would say my biggest fear is driving. Like, I really don't like to drive. And I'm good at it, but like, being a passenger is just so relaxing and you don't have to worry about anything. And then when you're driving the car, you got to pay attention to all this stuff. And if you're in a vehicle that costs a lot of money and you could hit people, like none of that's likely because I'm a pretty good driver, but like it's just stressful and I'm like, why am I doing this? So yeah. Next question. What are some of your favorite things? This is pretty broad, I will have to say. So I'm gonna narrow it down a little bit. My favorite color is a tie between purple and orange. I'm gonna have to say I'm leaning a little bit towards purple, but orange is pretty great as well. My favorite video game is hands down Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. I could make a whole video game, a whole a whole video about why that video game is my favorite of all time. It's just amazing, phenomenal game. My favorite show is a tie between the original Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go, the original Teen Titans, and My Hero Academia. I really like both those shows a lot. My favorite store to go into is Barnes & Noble. I really like books. I think I've probably spent more money on books than I've spent on video games, which is crazy to think about. And my favorite book. I think my favorite book series is Pokemon Adventures, which is they take the Pokemon games and make a narrative out of it that is just so much better than the TV show Pokemon. It's just amazing, phenomenal book series. All right. Next question. What editing software do you use to make your videos? Good question. I don't think I've ever talked about this one either. So, for audio, this is obviously an audio recording, I use Audacity. If I'm going to be using a screen capture, also recording, obviously the only one tool you can use for that, OBS. It's phenomenal. For actually editing my videos, I use a software called OpenShot. It is basically Adobe Premiere, but just the necessary tools. It's an open source software, so it's free, and it has just the right amount of stuff that I need for editing YouTube videos, and it's free. I use something called GIMP for image editing, making thumbnails, making pictures that pop up on the screen, all that kind of stuff. And last thing I use to make videos, I don't do it very much, but I used to animate stuff a little bit for my videos. My channel trailer, I use a software called Krita to make that. So those are the different editing softwares that I use. Next question, what are some guilty pleasures of yours? Interesting. I'm assuming that this question means things that I don't tell people I like, or that is a little unknown about me. Which in that case, I like Five Nights at Freddy's a lot. I like the story, I like the games, I own all the games, I've played them. Favorite one, side note, is Help Wanted. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted VR game, amazing. Scott Cawthon, the video game creator, is a phenomenal guy. The whole story, it's super convoluted and crazy, but it's great. Five Nights at Freddy's, one of them. I like My Little Pony, surprisingly. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Originally, whenever the coronavirus started, I just needed something to do, so I just picked My Little Pony because I knew it had a ton of seasons, so I just started watching it, ironically, and it became unironic because the show is actually really good. And the movie is awesome, too. I made a whole hour and 15-minute long testosterone-filled My Little Pony tier list, proving why the characters are so great. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Last thing, I don't do this as much anymore, but in my free time, I used to play this game called Surviv a lot, and it's one of those .io games. So back whenever I was in middle school, so a good couple years ago, .io games were the craze. Everybody was playing them. Agario, Survivio, Vertixio, all these games, everybody was playing. This is when Cool Math Games was at its prime, alright? And then everybody moved on from playing Surviv. But I didn't. I loved this game. It was basically Fortnite, but it looked like Agario, and it was just better and cooler. And I still like the game. I could get into why I don't play it as much anymore. It's mainly because the user interface is a little weird now, but something most people don't know about me is I really like to play I used to, at least, play Survivio. Next question. What is your social security number and the last 4 digits of your mom's credit card? Sorry, man. I already gave this information out to a Nigerian prince, so you snooze, you lose. Next question. What are some things that you can't stand? I really hate chalk. like the feeling of chalk really irks me. I don't know why. And I have this like irrational fear of like biting into chalk. Doesn't make sense, but like the texture of chalk, I feel like it'd be just so evil to like bite into it. Anyway, other things I can't stand. People embarrassing themselves, like in TV shows, whenever like the main character would embarrass themselves. I used to have like a physical reaction, like I had to like go hide and not watch it because like, they're embarrassing themselves. I can't see that. It's a weird thing that I have. Next thing, I really can't stand onions and mushrooms. They are terrible. I hate onions and I hate mushrooms. People that put those things in their food just ruin them for me. Like, yay, delicious cheeseburger. I can't wait to bite into this. Delicious pizza. Oh, they put mushrooms on it. Oh, they put onions in the meat of my cheeseburger. Why? Why would you do this to me? I can't stand those things. It's terrible in Mexican food, too. They put onions in everything. I hate it. I just want to eat Mexican food, and never mind. I'm getting sidetracked. What are some new shows you've gotten into? This is the next question. I think this is a good question because I used to do a series about like the next show you should watch. So I guess this is like a light version of that. So here's some shows that I've watched recently that maybe some of you guys won't know about. Mau Mau Protectors of Pure Heart is a really good show. It's on Cartoon Network right now. It has 1 season, and it's going to get renewed for a 2nd season. It's really funny. Like, I was not expecting the show to be as funny as it is, but it is hilarious. And the premise is really cool. I like all the characters. Adorabat is adorable. Mau Mau is funny and powerful, and I can't wait to see where his character develops into. Next one is The Mandalorian. Enough said. It's a great show. If you haven't heard of it, you are living under a rock and need to get a Disney Plus subscription right now. Last one of a cool new show that I've gotten into is a show called Villainous. It was made in Latin America, I want to say, like Cartoon Network Latin America, and it's surprisingly good. Like Black Hat and Dementia and all the characters and bad guys. It's like a organization that supplies all the villains of all these different cartoons that you've ever watched as a kid. The villains have to be supplied with all these tools and stuff, and Black Hat is the organization that supplied them with all that. So it's a pretty cool show, pretty good premise. Next question. I've heard that sometimes people make videos but don't ever post them. What are some examples of videos that you've made but haven't ever posted? Oh my god, this is a loaded question. I have made so many videos that I have never posted. Like, I'd be like a weekly upload channel if I posted all the videos that I've made. Here's a good example. Here's a couple of examples, and I'll play a short clip from each of them just to give you an idea of what they've been about. I made, and I'm not going to talk about all of them because there's been so many. I made really recently a hardcore Minecraft video. I'll play a clip from it now. It's pretty funny. I'm being really careless right now. I'm just taking a... Speaking of being careless, right? They just jump right off. They were like, whoop. Just in case like some creeper decides he wants to ruin my day. Fall from the heavens.
Much later.
I had my shield up. What? I made a video. It's a sequel to I made this video called like the Under Trailer, and I had this grand plan of I was going to do this animation and all this kind of stuff, but animation's really hard. But I did make this other video that I'll play now.
Sans.
Oh, so you're approaching me, huh? Instead of running away, you're coming right to me?
I can't beat the shit out of you without getting closer.
Then come as close as you'd like, kid.
It's pretty funny. I like it, but I never posted it. I was trying to do a collaboration with another one of my friends, where we all edited some videos together and then compared who did the best editing. I'll show one of those that I made for it.
Drop it.
Yeah, I cut it off before it continued. It was pretty stupid. I made a video where I talk about all the TV shows that had a moment that like changed the way I viewed the show, like one episode that changed the way I viewed the show. And it was like a 10-minute video where I had to like take all these clips from stuff, and it was just so much work. The video is done, but I didn't finish getting all the clips together, so it would just be me talking and like a little bit of clips in the beginning.
Have you ever started watching an episode of a show thinking one thing about it, and by the end thinking something completely different? Off the top of my head, or rather script, I can think of at least 10 times that a show has really changed my perspective on things. Some of these moments, in shows like Gravity Falls and Rick and Morty, are things that I believe a lot of people might have picked up on. But others, maybe not. We'll just have to see. So without further ado, let's begin my selection.
Last thing that I'll mention about videos that I've never posted, I have this ongoing project where I make... There's this video called The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, and I've made a new version of it, and I'm trying to animate, like, my version of The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, and it's taking so long. I hope to eventually get that one out there, but that's another video that I haven't posted, because I haven't made it yet.
Old King Kong was climbing around New Donk City like a big playground, when suddenly Larry Boy burst from the shade and hit King Kong with his plunger raid. King Kong got pissed and began to attack, but didn't expect to be blocked by Jack, who got immediately thrashed by Sensei Wu by his double backflip into Spinjitzu.
So those are a couple that I made. Alright, next question. Are any of these actually questions that real people have asked you? And that's going to be all the time we have for today for questions. Yeah, tune in next week. Maybe we'll answer some more questions and answers and stuff. And don't subscribe. Yeah, roll the outro.